back to another video. I hope you guys are all doing well. It's been a while, as obviously you guys that watch us know or would know. We've been gone for a minute, not even a minute, but for a long time. And it's all because of this little guy here. Actually, say hi to the people.
Hello.
Hi to the people. I know it's been a long time because we've just had so many different things happening, and I've obviously been pregnant for a while. I wasn't really in the mood of filming while pregnant for a lot of different reasons. But yeah, so now that we're back, now that we've had our little one, I thought we'd just start, get back into the groove of things again. I feel so awkward filming because I just haven't done it for a long time and I'm trying to get used to it again. But yeah, so today, are you gonna say anything or are you just gonna sit there?
What's there to say? It's my son.
Yeah, bent back. Anyways, guys, so today I wanted us to talk about just, embracing all the changes that we sometimes go through in life, because we've been through so many changes, and I think we've just learned so much throughout this journey of, having a baby, this new season in our life. And I think there's a lot of different things happening, and we just had to come to a place where we were like, okay, learn to embrace them instead of stressing and worrying, because I think from the very start, I was just starting to worry straight away. I remember the time when we were deciding, when we were gonna have a little one, I was so like, nah, it's gonna be too stressful, it's gonna be too much. How are we gonna do it with, of our careers and with our finances, and it's gonna be a huge responsibility. How is this gonna work, kind of thing. And I remember this guy going, no, it'll be fine, everything's gonna be alright, we'll be alright.
Then what happened?
Yeah, what happened? Tell us. What happened?
What she was most scared of is not the fact of having a baby, it's the fact of, how is it gonna affect us? She's like, I can't travel now because I have a baby, but you can actually travel. There's money, there's this and that. We're fine now, but like she said, at the end of the day, we were thinking to ourselves, how is this going to affect us? We forgot completely about God, and we put it into our own hands, like, what's going to happen? If this happens, what's going to happen? If that happens, what's going to happen? Like, if he does this, if he does that, where's the money, where's all this stuff going to come from? But then as we went by, it started to hit us, like, through our marriage, how we met and everything. If God is the one that has been in control of everything, why should we take him out of the picture of this one? Yeah. So when we started including him more, we started to see that everything was so easy as well. Yeah. Everything started to fall into place.
Obviously, if you know me, you know that I'm someone that worries a bit too much sometimes. And the verse that God gave me was in Philippians chapter 4 verse 7, that says, don't worry about anything, but in everything, with prayer and petition, present your request to God. And so I've always known, every time I start to worry or stress about anything, that I would have to run and think about the fact that God said, don't worry about anything, but in everything, with prayer and petition, present your request. And so throughout pretty much this season, there's been so many little things that have obviously kind of made us worry a bit, or made me mainly worry a bit. No. You worried as well, to be honest.
Different things.
Let's be honest.
Different things, Mike.
You really did worry about
things.
You did worry about things. Remember with your job?
Not much. I wasn't worried.
Yes, you were. But yeah, so I guess always referring back to that verse and be like, remember, don't worry about anything. But so we want to start with a few kind of examples, I think, that we remember.
Before we get into that, see, for her, change is a hard thing, like she said at the beginning. Yeah. So anything at all that involves change, she starts stressing, she starts going through all the scenarios, the negative things that could happen, and forget about the positive. But then once she starts thinking about the positive, then she starts thinking, maybe it's not that bad, maybe I can give it a go. But for me, I don't even think about the negative or the positive. I just jump into it, and I'm like, oh, whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen while I'm in there. But then I learned from her. That's why it's good also, like that saying that goes, positive and negative attract. So we kind of give and take from each other, which is good sometimes because,
So with that in mind, like we had to really quickly like learn to just adjust and adapt to all the changes that were being thrown at us. I remember obviously like first of all being pregnant, there's so many different changes that you go through with your body, and then him being able to deal with me and my pregnant self, and then dealing with work.
Praise God.
First of all,
no, I'm just praising God.
Start.
What's wrong with that? I'm praising God.
No, but like literally, like him being able to deal with me and my pregnant self, and then me being able to deal with like work and just life and everything in general. I think one of the biggest things during that time was, like I said, obviously, when I was getting anxious about like, you know, our finances and like with work, one of the changes that came about was obviously when I leave work, how we're going to be able to deal with like, you know, being financially stable and all that kind of thing. And I was stressing about it when it was really something that I didn't really have to stress about, because to be honest, like I'm not going to lie, I'm carrying a baby. I'm the one that's going to be having to stay home. It's really something that he has to worry about, to be honest. And he was worrying about and thinking about it too.
I thought about all the
and sorting it
everything
out when I was here.
While she was already stressing, instead of coming to talk to me,
I don't really know.
I already have the solution. But
yeah, so yeah, like it is what it is. Look, it's hard out here when you're just someone that he's waking up again.
Guys, this is what we have to deal with. There's a big change.
Parents' life.
But I'll be back.
Parenthood, guys. It's a parenthood life. So this is why I haven't been filming for a while, guys. It's been a bit, I've been trying to film with him, but it's very quiet.
He's awake again. 10 minutes later.
I think he's gonna stay up, right?
He's not gonna stay up for
Very long.
Give him another 5 minutes.
Tired.
He'll be gone.
All he does is literally sleep all the time right now, guys. And to be honest, it's just I really have a lot of time to be able to film in that, but just been trying to get into the groove of things. Now, but anyway, so really just what were we talking about again? Dealing with all the different changes, and trying to adapt to all the different changes that come with having a baby. Yeah. All right. Let's see if you'll sit with us for a minute. All right, baby.
Boss nigga.
All right, darling.
Okay. I do the gang sign. I do the gang sign.
So yeah, guys. So basically, like, this is parenthood now. Why are you yawning when you just woke up? What was the reason?
What?
What was the reason, Baba?
What, mate? You want to be in the video? Then behave.
You want to be in the video, don't you, darling? Alright, anyway, so basically, like, I also remember, like, literally when we were doing our pregnancy shoot, there was, we obviously had, like, a plan. We wanted it to be on the beach, and, you know, we had, like, our outfits planned out and everything, and then what happened, the weather, you know, came to play, and pretty much, like, our plans got ruined, and we didn't really get to have it how we wanted it.
It wasn't really ruined. God was like, no, let me put a bit of something there.
Yeah, but yeah, so obviously, like, it was around my birthday, because he was born in August, and it was around, the shoot was around, you know, before obviously I gave birth, and we had one of our friends bless us with a stay at, you know, Crown, and it was just so beautiful, and we ended up, you know, just coming up with the idea of, oh, why don't we just do the shoot, you know, at the where we were staying, and instead, and to be honest, the photos turned out lit. Like, I'm gonna insert some photos of you know, our pregnancy shoot, so you guys can see. But they turned out so nice, right?
We're not gonna say her name, but I'm just gonna say shout out.
If she wants to, you know. Shout
out to BK. She's out there. She knows herself. BK.
We love you so much.
Yeah. You're number one, man.
VIP,
you know,
VIP, most valuable player.
Mrs. Extra, but it's alright.
No, but anyway, so what's it called? Like, literally, so why am I saying this? Basically, with all the changes, the different changes that come about in our lives, you know, we have literally just been able to realize that Bob, can you concentrate on the video, please? We're trying to tell the people something.
Yeah.
No, but with all the changes, like we realized that honestly, God provides His own ways always, and I think every time we think that there's gonna be like a setback and there's gonna be a failure somehow.
Yeah.
There's like there's something there that God has for us already. Like God has provided for us in a way that we don't even know. And if only we actually go to Him and seek Him, like, okay, look, this thing has kind of failed and has not worked. It's not working out right now. So what other method, what other plan is there that you have for us, God? Like what else could we do? What else? How can we fix this kind of thing? You know. But yeah, what other changes? Like there's so many different changes that
like
we have
basically
to like, literally adjust to.
To put it short, like she said, when we felt like that day was ruined, the photo shoot and all of that was ruined, the room that we booked, everything was already set up for a photo shoot basically. And there was even an extra place outside that we could do an outdoor session as well with the photographer, which turned out better than what we actually expected. So sometimes you gotta flow with what God has for you, and you actually find out it's better than what you had in mind. But another change that we had to adjust to is basically like she said, having a child and her staying home completely, and then me going to work and having that family time, adjusting to all of that was a big thing, because she's always used to going to work and sometimes coming home, her days off and stuff like that, but staying home completely, she's not used to that.
Yeah, I found it hard.
She finds it really hard, and me going to work, I'm already doing the same thing I normally do, but I had to also change jobs as well, because I'm like, oh, if I work 9 to 5 every day, I won't have time with him, and I won't have time with her. So changing to a new job where I can have time with them was a bit hard as well, because the hours were different, and spending time with them, sleeping during the day, and all of that was a bit different sometimes, but it's a change that we had to make. At the beginning it may be hard, but once you change and your body start getting used to it. Alright guys, see, sometimes you may think like change is a bad thing, but it's not. You know, sometimes change is a good thing because it's for your own good. A lot of plans, a lot of things that you want to do in your life. If it doesn't happen, you got to think of it in a way of maybe it's not meant to happen. I'll give you a good example, like a person that you may have thought you really love and stuff like that, and you're not together right now, and you got married to someone else, and you really love them better than what you had before. If you would have got married to that person, would you have the happiness you have now? You know, that's a big change, but maybe that person is not meant to be in your life. It may be a job that you would have loved, and you didn't get that job, but now you're in a better job that makes you happy. Change sometimes is not a bad thing. If you don't get what you really want, maybe it's not meant to happen. You know? So I just wanted to add that at the end.
Yeah, we came to realize that change is inevitable, and it's something that we can't like get rid of if we like it or not. We're gonna have to deal with change, all the different changes that come in our lives. We're gonna have to just learn to just adjust and adapt to it. I think, like I said before, if you're like me, we often try to run from change. We're like, no, let's quickly deal with it or get it sorted before we have to like stress about it or worry about it. But sometimes we just have to just go through the change and just be willing to go through the process and come out the other end. A quote by Joyce Meyer, I'll just read it, a quote by Joyce Meyer that I really like, I felt like helped me so much throughout the journey is, anyone who thinks they can always do what they have always done is a fool, because like at the end of the day, you're not always going to have the same situations, you're not going to always have the same life events that come around, so things are going to, you know, be shaken up a bit, things are going to change, so we can't always do the same thing, we can't always have the same, what's it called, like the same, same actions, the same way we do things for every single situations that come our way. You know, there's a verse that I always read out as well, that, you know, many other plans in a man's heart. We have all these plans, we have all these things we want to do, but at the end of the day, God also has his own thing that he wants to do, and he's gonna like make sure that his will, you know, is lived out, because at the end of the day we don't own ourselves, you know. And so like I just want to encourage anyone out there really that, you know, at the end of the day, if you're going through anything right now, any big life event, you might have lost a job, you might have gained a job, and it might be very exciting, or you might be going through like some major stuff in your families, with your friends, all sorts of stuff. Like we don't know exactly what you know, what everyone's going through at the moment, but I guess just to encourage you guys to just keep the hope, keep like speaking the things that you want to see, and keep like having that positive mindset where you're like, look, there's a big change right now in my life, but look, I will overcome it. I'm going to be able to, you know, achieve the things that I want to achieve, even with this massive event that has now, you know, come into my life. And I guess that's why we want to just say, you know, like we just want to encourage you guys to embrace every change that comes. Like instead of fearing and being anxious and stressing about it, because the funny thing is for us, like throughout this whole season of you know, all the changes that have just come about, we realized that every time we ran to God and prayed about things, literally the blessings, the overflow, when we tell you guys the different things that we've just been blessed with, like with having Archie, like financially, we haven't really had to even spend too much on him because of all the support and all the, like, you know, care and just everything that all our friends and family have been doing for us. We just we're literally overwhelmed by the love because of, you know, his arrival. And we were like, why were we even stressing? Because we literally were like, God, okay, you just take over, you look after everything. And God just looked after everything, you know. And I think honestly, like, we often stress so much about little things when it's like you really didn't have to stress about that. It really wasn't that deep. I feel like, I guess it's always in our mind, and we have to be willing to learn to just take it to God every time. But like, okay, God, how do I do this? I know some of us aren't Christians, obviously, but that's how we deal with things. And obviously it works very well for us. But yeah, is there anything else I wanted to add? Is there anything else you want to add?
Just two examples, but in order for a plant to grow, you have to plant a seed. And that seed had to die in order for it to become something new. That's a big change. And another one is basically, what is it again? A butterfly. In order for a butterfly to come out, it had to become that. It's a maggot that make a cocoon, and it stays there and becomes the butterfly. That's a big change. But if you look at it, a seed is something small. It's like you have an idea or something. But in order for it to become something, you have to give it to God, and it becomes something even greater than what you expected it to be. Sometimes you plant one seed, you have a whole bunch of apple. Sometimes, you know, that's how it goes. So you have to have that idea, you have to have that plan. It doesn't mean just sit back and allow the change to come. You have to have something there, but still expect change to happen during that time. And don't be scared. Don't be scared about it when the change comes. Embrace it, go with it, and then see what happens. Don't live the life of what if. You know, have that change, go with it, and then later on you can be like, oh, I tried that. But don't let it go, and then later on you're like, oh, what if I would have done this? What if I would have done that?
Definitely, for sure, man. Like, like literally just gonna end it with, don't fear the change, and don't be anxious about the change. But look, I'm not gonna lie, like the feelings might come, but just be willing to be like, yep, it's a big change, but I'm gonna embrace it, and I'm gonna just go with it. Like you said, go with it and see where it leads you. And I guarantee you, if you just give it to God in prayer, like you will actually overcome it with flying colors, and there will be blessings as well, like on the way. So overflowing, like for sure, man. But yeah, so basically that's what we wanted to come on here and say. Like, you know, we want to obviously bring more videos as well. It might not be with everyone, like me, Ben and Archie all the time, probably just mainly me, because I'm home all the time now, and I can film a lot more, which I'm trying to do. I want to be more consistent. I know I said that in the last video, but look, I've had the baby, I don't have any excuses anymore, so I'm going to try my best to bring more videos. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, so we'll see you.
Peace out.
I'll see you in the next video.
Archie said bye as well, guys.
Yeah, Archie said bye. He's going to sleep now, so yeah, we had to put him down because he was tired obviously, but he didn't want to go to sleep.
He'll be up in another 10 minutes.
Now, but yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you guys like the videos, and so we can bring you guys more content.
And don't forget to put some something down that you want us to talk about,
Yeah.
you know, we're happy to help you guys out.
Yeah. Peace.